for it. Not many saw it. Tough game, so plentiful. For men, times change, and you can't ignore it, boy. Lifestyle audit. Got a new shit, gorgeous.
It's just gone 11 minutes after the top of the hour, and I did say that Maggz would be here, and I like it when people show up Kanako because then you know that I'm not a liar. So Maggz is here. Hello.
What's up,
How
Azizzar?
are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm good. Let's just start there.
Shares in life, but it's life things, but it's also COVID. A lot of things add to these not seeing each other things. We haven't been partying a lot lately, so you know.
There was a whole party weekend, no like I.
Yeah, I was away. I had other stuff to handle. I had like this media run because of my song that I just did. So I was like, you know, in and out there, the interview there, what.
Okay. So a lot of people generally, Maggz, like when you drop something there, the first thing that people say is, Yo, where have you been? Maggz, so let's just get that out the way. Where have you been?
I've been cooking with my boys, you know. We've been in the stew making music. I would have dropped earlier, but COVID hit and we had to readjust everything, you know. But COVID, I mean, it's kind of hard to say it's a blessing in disguise because of all the trauma that it comes with and all the hardships that it comes with. But in a way, because of COVID, we kind of had to reconfigure our music a bit, you know what I mean? And we managed to find like a new style, and you know this VAITO thing that we're doing now. So yeah, there's the pros and cons of me not being around for a while. I had to really find my center again, you know, because I've been in the game for a while, and I always think it's important to reinvent yourself after a while, you know, so that you don't, you know, you stay fresh in people's minds, and you know what I mean, and and you also come out with a fresh product, and you don't sound like Maggz from 10 years ago,
right?
You know what I mean? So I just had to reconfigure, and it worked out, I think.
So you mentioned COVID, but a lot of people would be like, Mara Maggz, even before COVID.
Yeah, but that's because I was working. Like I said, I was going to drop. 2020, we were ready, like, okay, cool, everything we're arranging. Next thing, like, wow, lockdowns, this massive disease around the world happening. So we like, you know what, let's take it back.
So speak to me about your state of mind during that, you know, because I mean, you were away for a bit and people were like, where's Maggz? And then just as you're getting ready now, COVID is like, whoa, not yet.
Yeah.
You know, so what was going on with you over the past few years during COVID as well, and just you in your mind and just being like, damn, things need to change?
Yeah, it does, you know. First of all, I'm a scholar of the game, you know. I'm a student of the game as well as a master, but a student, you know, I'm always a student because I'm always learning.
Yeah.
So I was sitting back just looking at the game and music in general, and I'm like, what is missing here? You know, you know, it's important that, okay, we all rap, we're all hip hop guys, but it's important we don't sound alike. Even if we're from SA, we need to come up with our own sounds. We need to actually grow this thing, you know. We mustn't all have like this one thing that we all doing, you know what I mean? So I felt it was time for me to grow the sound, you know. I mean, the raps are the raps, you know what I mean? You know, those are in the pocket, but the sound, we just had to work on something different, something that will move, especially like a gas, you know, especially hip hop, because we felt hip hop has been quiet for a while, you know, in the hood especially, you know. A lot of the English stuff has been doing well, and shouts to everybody doing well. I love this stuff, but Ikasi felt a bit neglected a little bit, you know what I mean? So we just had to like reverse it and, you know, do it for the people like us.
What is the biggest thing or the most important thing that you learned about yourself, especially during this COVID lockdown time? Because I think that for a lot of us, whether you were still out and about like some of us were, you know, because I work in radio, so I was still working and stuff. I wasn't feeling like a full hard lockdown like everybody else. But either way, because life is so different, you get forced to face yourself a little bit more and a bit closer than what you might have, because you don't have gigs to distract you. You don't have studio time to distract you. It's literally just going to do the essential things and then coming back and sitting with yourself, your thoughts and your emotions. So what was either the biggest or the most important thing that you learned about yourself in this time?
That's a very good question, you know. I'm not quite sure.
Azizzar.
But wait. No, the thing is, I'm a very introspective person. I always like from jump one, from since I was 16. I always like I need time to myself. A lot of people know I spend a lot of time by myself. You know what I mean? I enjoy time with myself. I enjoy my own company. I have no problem with that. So this time I learned that I guess that I enjoy my company even more. But then, but then I also realized how much I love music, because now I miss the streets. I missed the people. I missed, you know, everything that comes with it. You know what I mean? Not the fancy stuff, but you know, the nice, the you know, the people stuff, the interactions, all of that. You miss it, and you realize how much the people actually drive everything. Without the people, our music is really, it can't really move.
Yeah, that thing was a culture shock.
Yeah. It was.
That thing was a huge culture shock.
For everybody.
Yeah.
For everyone. I don't think, there's people who went through this in a sort of like, okay, this is normal for us. Even if you work at a hospital, it was like they were overwhelmed. You know, there's too many patients, you know what I mean? And that's why another thing, South Africans need to get vaccinated. I'm going to vaccinate, everything will get back to normal. Hear me, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I am the vaccine guy. Just go get vexed. Sibe Nimnandi song so we can be happy. One more time, we can celebrate, we can rub shoulders again. You know what I mean? Party, make more parties, tour, do it all.
Maggz, the vexing guy.
Yes, the vexing guy. Everybody must get vaccinated. Yeah, I'm for it. I push it.
All right, he's for it. He's pushing it. It's just gone 17 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're going to give you the latest one from Maggz. It's called Naile. We just wanted him to settle in a little bit, and then we're going to unpack a little bit more. Make sure that you don't go anywhere. It's hashtag The Element, and it's all for the love of hip-hop right here on Massive Metro. 32 minutes after 7 o'clock, I'm hanging out with Maggz. I'm super excited, and we just played you the brand new one from him, Naile, and now we have to have a conversation about VAITO.
Yeah, boo.
Okay, so before we go very far, because I saw that you put up a young definition, okay, and it says VAITO, urban slang, vibe 2, it's a noun, a music subgenre derived from hip-hop and powered by Kwaito, embedded in township culture.
True story.
Tell us in simple English.
That's as simple as it gets, but I can explain even further. But I think the one thing we should have added there is with a bit of funk, you know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
But anyway, it's obviously because we come from hip hop, so hip hop is what we do. That's our element, and we just, like I said, we just wanted to add something to the hip hop that we're doing that will be classified, but it's not like, you know, like there's been like a lot of hip hop Kwaito
conversations, debates.
Sort of like sounds before. There's been
sounds.
Like Abokwai Hop,
yes,
like Skanda and all of that. Ours is different. It's like the same, influenced by Kwaito, but our Kwaito is influenced by the expensive Kwaito. That's what we call it. The expensive Kwaito, you know, or TKZ lap, you know, a bit of that expensive Kwaito. So that's the influence. But hip hop is essentially the driving force behind VAITO. You know, there is no VAITO without hip hop, but VAITO also borrows sounds from like Kwaito, funk, you know, some house, some electro a little bit. So it's, you know, it's a bit eclectic nyana. Yeah, but this is the first of the many songs that we have, and this is the other sound that we have within VAITO, and we have other ones that are like more hip hop than this one. This one is leaning more to the Kwaito side, but we have ones that are leaning more to hip hop.
Right.
And yeah, man, it's gonna grow. I think so, because the people we've experimented on it, like played it for them, they vibe, especially guys. They just like, yo, when is this coming out? We're like, okay, we are still working it, but yeah, pretty soon.
That's dope. So you keep saying we. Who is we?
Who is we? We is me and my team, my producers, and the artists in my camp, and that's Sari and Modi. Those are the producers. Those are the main guys driving the sound of VAITO, Sari and Modi. And then we have another guy, Bass Guy. He's another artist just like me.
Okay.
He's also like another driving force of VAITO. He'll be the second artist of VAITO after me. Or also Shoni, who's also Modi, also does the music stuff as well. So he could be another third one. And yeah, man, more people are invited to join this sound, but not yet. You know, we have to own it first.
But whoa. So Naile is the introduction to VAITO.
Yes.
Okay, all right, because we were like nile.
Izogcwala ngathi nile. Usebusathu nekasi.
So
Kuluva bheka.
yes, Maggie.
Yebo.
So it's very, very different from the joint that you gave us before.
Yeah, definitely.
So when you were creating the man with Stogie T and PH Raw X, did you already know that VAITO's coming? And
VAITO actually came like right after that. So we have gang of like hip hop joints. Like we are almost like clocking 100. You know. Incomplete some, but a lot of joints, you know what I mean?
100.
Yeah, but a lot. And so what had happened, like we as a team wanted also to grow from the sound we were doing.
All right.
And where it took us as a team, we didn't sit down and discuss, okay, maybe we should do something like this. It was like one of those natural things, making a beat, we vibe to it, we're like, okay, let's try it this way. We tried it this way, like, okay, this makes sense, this clicks for us, this is good for me, I feel good making this, you know. And so we did it, and we did the first record, and we did the second record, then we did the third one, then we did the fourth one. They were like, okay, maybe this is something, okay, maybe this is a sound, you know, maybe this is VAITO, you know. But yeah, we didn't come up with it from the first track. It was a gradual thing, but it was heavily because of the synergy as a team. I don't think.
But did you know? Were you guys sitting there like, okay, we're trying to create a new sound, or did that happen through creating, and then it's like, no man, this doesn't sound like anything right now? Or did you sit down and go, gents, let's create a new sound?
No, we listened. Okay, we had discussed previously that, okay, we need something, you know, something else besides what we are doing to grow our sound. But we had no idea what the sound would be or what we'd do. You know what I mean? And then us being in the studio all the time, so we chilling there, we just, you know, vibing to the music, freestyling on it, just trying to get the groove. You know, and then my boy was like beat searching there, like beat searching. Okay, let's search beats. We beat searching, then clock this one. Like, what is that? Hold on. Rewind that. What is that? It's like, oh, this is some funk thing. What for funk? Okay, cool. Maybe we should try this. Slow this down. Play this. You know, and that's how the sound like literally came about. We just from there.
That's dope. But Maggie, you've always had this hybridy kind of thing about you, because you know, I can take you to the north and it'll be fine. I won't be like, yo, you know. But we can go to Soweto or anywhere else in the hood and you'll still be fine. And it's something that we can hear through your music as well.
That's beautiful.
How?
How I'm doing that because, first of all, I'm not copying anyone. First of all, it's who I am. So for me, naturally, like a guy, but I went to Model C schools. Do you know what I mean? I studied in like, you know, natural sex appeal, but you guys know it as the National School of Arts, but we'll discuss that another day. Anyway. I'm just playing. So because of like, I have all these influences from my life, you know, from the hood to the north and my north friends and everything. So for me, I have to show who I am in the music. That's why I can sort of go there because that's like who I am. There's nothing I'm running away from or pretending to be. It's just.
Where do you feel you're most like yourself? Because what happens is, you know, where you come from, right? Will always be a part of you. But along the way, just like growing up, you decide who you want to be. Now you'll take, you know, Mama Weedze, Papa Weedze, Coco Weedze. You'll take and take and take, and then you'll go, okay, Mara, no, that one doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me. And then you decide, this is who I want to be. This is where I want to be. So in the same way, I mean, Otakokasi, you went to like Model C schools, you have some Model C friends and stuff, and you can fit in both places. But where do you feel the most like yourself?
Actually, good question. I feel good either way. It's like I feel good, you know. But I have to say, you know, my biggest influence came from the English side of things, you know, because that's where we learned hip hop from. You know, my Model C friends. That's when I learned the hip hop. So I was very much an English rapper, and at the time, and then when I met Pro and everybody, I had to adjust, but I couldn't at first I had to learn the art first, and I was lucky to learn it from the best.
Yes.
Like sitting there listening to the guy, like, okay, this is how it's done. Okay, the word choices, things like that. How he's saying it, and I had to learn that for myself, for my own style, in doing it my way. It took a while. It wasn't like a snap and then what I mean. It took a while, but eventually I found my feet within the Vanek space and say, okay, but this is who I am. Maybe I should be more muggy than anything. Maybe I should rap like how I speak, rap about things that are true to me and my environment. And that's how the natural side will come about. That's why for me, I say I fit in both, even though the English was the thing that started it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm comfortable in both now, I think. You know what I mean? But with English, I have to say, English, I would say maybe 1% slightly better. Because I say that because with English you can draw more words.
Yes.
You can rap about other words. With Vanek, sometimes you are limited.
Okay.
Not like, no, limited sounds bad, but yeah, it's like your vocab, because I'm a Kasi boy. I don't have the guy from KwaZulu Natal who knows what this English word means in Zulu. So we do it our own way. So in some ways we that's why we do the blend of like English and Vanek. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, we meet in the middle. Yeah, but yeah, man, at the end of the day, yeah, they're both good for me. But yeah, English because I can draw more and I can say more, and a lot of more people can understand me in terms of like, because I've made fans from here to like Nigeria, Tanzania, and everybody. So when I do the Vanek stuff, sometimes they get isolated a little bit. Like, oh my G man, please man, why don't you do more English? I'm like, I got you. Next one, I got you. You know what I mean? So I have to have the balance. You know what I mean?
All right, it has to have the balance. It's just gone a little bit after 1:30. Because we just spoke about it, I'm going to play you Maggz featuring Stogie T and PH Raw X with The Man, and then want to come back and talk to The Man after this. 25 minutes to go before we hit the end of the show. If you just walked in, you've missed out on quite a lot. The show is called The Element, and it's all for the love of hip-hop. Tonight I'm not rolling solo. I'm hanging out with Maggz. We're talking all things music. We're talking all things VAITO. And I asked him where he's been, because I asked if you missed it, look out for the podcast, and you will find out there what has been happening. So Maggz, I actually got to see you sometime last year, and I remember I posted the picture. It was me, you, and SFS, and I thought I was looking cute, but when everybody saw the picture, they didn't care that I was cute. Maggz, Maggz, Maggz. And I mean, I've always known the power of Maggz, but that for me, I was just like, even look at 2020 in a whole pandemic. This is how you feel about this man. Now, at that point in time, we were working on something very, very specific. We were working on Vito 24, and you gave us a really beautiful, beautiful thing for the EP, and then we were shooting some content around it. And it brings us to where we are now. We just played you, Stogie T, and PH Raw X. It's called The Man. There's Jabba on there as well, Pro on there as well. You make mention of Flava as well. So talk to me about them, each of them, but also then speak to me about this idea of legacy and how we keep people's legacies alive.
I don't know where to start. Like, the legends, like the pioneers, these guys are not just the guys who just, they started stuff. Pro made Kasi Vanek what it is. He made he brought the dopeness. He moved the culture forward. The battle culture, he brought it into hip hop a lot. He was one of the first guys to battle. Remember the Pro versus Pro? Yes. Anyway, back in the. And then Double HP, man, what a legend, dude. Like, Double HP fought against the tide. When I mean fought against the tide, when you think of where music was in the beginning, it was all this. It was only like Kwaito and like jazz and everything else. There was no hip hop, and there was this a bit of like this small resistance for like hip hop. Simo States, all these things were coming out at that time. Young Tall, but he fought against the tide, and he made everybody who was the legends back then pay attention and say, but this music is for all of us. He brought it home. That's what I love about him. And then Flava Flavor, man, that's too much. You know, one thing I regret about Flavor is that we did a song together, but the song, it was like me using like his, like it was a part of a verse that I used for like a hook, and then I asked him to the studio to come through, like come re-record it. This was like for my mixtape. I just regret that I don't have like a Flavor and Maggz record out there, you know, stewing somewhere, because I thought he was one of the finest spitters in the game at the time. You know, first of all, to be funny takes some intelligence. You know, he was funny and he was down to earth. He was just, you know, a guy's guy. You know what I mean? Like Flavor, you could chill with him anytime. Shamapia. He wasn't like that type of, like, he was big. Like Squatter was big, but he'd never make you feel like Squatter was killing everybody.
Right.
He'd make you feel like, no man, sisonke machita. You know, that's what I loved about him. It's sad that these guys are no more, but I also understand that this is life. We can't pick and choose when people go. We have to just accept it. But the impact that they've made, the legacy, that's also all I can pray for. I could be leaving tonight, meeting your pool, my next thing, car accident. This is life, you know what I mean? But you know, like I would when I'm out there in heaven, I'll be like, what did I leave people with? Are they happy? Could I have done more? Obviously, you always feel like you could have done more. But I feel like their imprint in history, or their imprint in hip hop, will be there forever. I don't care who comes after. I don't care how many generations after. When they look back at where hip hop started, these guys will be mentioned. They'll be like, there was once a Squatter with Flavor. There was this guy called Double HP. You know, he was from Mafikeng. He made all the Mafikeng guys come here to Josie to make it. You know
come out in numbers.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, okay, cool. Go fella, Josie, let's go rap and make it. That's the influence he brought to the game, and you can only appreciate that. Pro, come on, it's too solidified.
Yeah. So, I mean, you just made mention of, you know, you could leave here right now and anything could happen to you. But when you're gone, what are some of the words that you would like for us to use to describe you? And when we speak about you to people.
I don't know. I think I'll be out there. I'll be Idlozi for sure. I think, I'll be Idlozi for my people. So I'll be out there just listening. Be like, Azizzar, you talking crap. I'm talking smack. What you say? You know? Hayi ngizoza nje emaphupheni sidle nje ama chips nibe ngi bothini Azizzar awungitshela
and abarata ditoro. But okay, then maybe I should then ask you in this way, what do you think would be a really dope way of keeping your legacy alive then?
I don't know, like you know, sometimes just play my music so my family can eat, you know. Just download my music, and you know, and so if you can't come to the funeral, get the music, keep streaming it so that my family can eat, because I'll be leaving it with them, because so far I don't have a seed. I'm still a soloist. But one day when I do have a seed, maybe that'll be for him or her. One day. Budimu. You know, bakathini wathi uNkulunkulu mekavumile uzothi okay ntwana, it's time ke manje. Bamba ufuna yini?
Do you have a preference as to what you would want them to be? You know, sometimes artists will be like, I don't want my kid in none of this. Do you feel that way?
Like a preference? No, I actually wouldn't. First of all, I would probably try to make them stray away from the music game because of the PS in it.
I knew it.
You know, because of the PS in it, and like you know, there's a lot of tough industries, but music is the toughest. It's like music, everything depends on how popular you are at that time, and if you have a hit or not. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't make the money you can make because, you know, you haven't dropped in 2 years or 3 years. Things slow down. It's not like when you have a proper 9 to 5, you're 7 every month, something is guaranteed. With music, nothing is guaranteed. 1 month you are killing it gig after gig, and then the next month there's a lockdown, you can't gig nowhere, you know, and you have all these things to pay for and stuff, you know. So music is a tough one, you know, especially like hip hop. You know, but it's fun though. But if I'm fair, I'm just saying it now because I'm saying it, but I wouldn't stop like my kids from pursuing whatever dream they chose, because they never stopped me. Why should I stop them? You know what I mean?
So now, if you one day when you have these kids and your daughter or your son goes, "Daddy, I want to be in the music business and specifically hip hop," after you say, damn it, what are you going to tell them that you have learned through your journey to help better equip them?
One thing I've learned is consistency plays a major role.
Okay.
Sometimes I know, because there's been years where I'm like dormant and I'm quiet. Even if you're doing features, they're not enough sometimes.
Yeah.
In that year, you need to make your own music with your own imprint that says Azizzar featuring someone.
Yes.
I think you have to be consistent, and you have to have the talent. I think the first thing I would want to know, I'd be like, can you rap? Let me hear.
Mm-hmm.
Let me hear.
Good.
If you're good enough, I can coach you. I can get you coaches. We can do this thing. And also another thing I learned in the music game, because hip hop is such a like a competitive game that you think you can do everything by yourself, especially in the beginning.
That's true.
You think, I'm the man, vele shayonke into beats to production to raps to cokes to, and then you realize in music, like the biggest songs, sometimes it's a team of people behind it. So you realize you kind of let your rap ego down, so you can work with people and make better music. You know what I mean? Even if it's your stuff and someone comes with a nice melody for a hook, why should you be like, I want to come up with the melody? If it's better than yours, it's better than yours at that time.
But
you know
how
what I
about
mean?
split sheet,
For what? But I need to see a song.
Yeah.
A song is, I'll be like, that's one thing I also don't like. I don't like greed and selfish people. Those are not the people I like hang with. Like, if you're greedy, if you're selfish and you're about yourself, because I'm not like that. I'm for my people. I'm for my friends. I grew up like that. I hold them down. It's how I've always been. So I always like hold my people down, no matter what. But yeah, man, if you come with your negativity, don't let me have that conversation, because my niceness can become as mean as well, just like I'm nice.
Hectic. I think we need a song break just to breathe. 11 minutes to go before we hit 8 o'clock and we officially get on out of here. So we've got about 5 more minutes with Maggz, and I'm also going to bring back the latest joint, Naile, and we just played you that SFS 5-star featuring you.
SFS.
I have to tell you the truth, ne?
Yeah.
When I heard yours, I cried.
Really?
And I was driving through Soweto. I was like, nah, man, not like this. Not this person doing this thing.
You make me want to give you a hug all across this table. Yeah, in life.
You can hug me, Maggie, but it's just, that's how powerful what you were saying was. But that's also just the power of music. Do you ever still get like, damn, I made people feel like that? Or is it now just like...
Yeah, let me tell you, like, out of all the songs I've ever done,
yes,
let me tell you, the most impactful song I ever did was Change.
Yes.
Till today, I can walk into Yangtola. Like that song, like I've had people saying, Fana, hit me up, like, man, bengiya ku job interview, bengidlala Change, ngidlala 3 times before ngiyofika lapha ngathola isipani, thank you out here. Like things like that. Like people, it really meant a lot for like people, and that's one of my first songs I released back then. Yes. And that was a special song. So I know, like, okay, that one I've made an impact with the people who love the song. The people who like enjoy the song. So it means a lot to me to like hear people say that it's better than people saying dope verse, rather than you know what I'm saying, when people say, yo, I shall tell me that when you say this and they quote the rhymes, and it's like, it's those uplifting rhymes that they are that they're quoting, and you're like, yo, man, that's what's up. I actually love that about making music, making people feel a certain way. That's why my music is always, there's a lot of feeling in it. You know what I mean? Everything is done with feeling. Like we don't make songs for the sake of making songs. That's why if that was the case, we would have jumped on every style that was available because it's hot. But we don't. For me, I have to connect with the music, and then I can make it. So yeah, man. And sometimes I black out when I write, like the last thing I remember was the first line, and then I'm in this trance, and then next thing when I snap out of it, I'm like almost finished. Second line, like my verse is almost finished, then I read what I wrote, and it's like, yo, man, that wasn't me. That's probably like Lami taking over, doing the things for the guy. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean it's.
Does that scare you though? I mean, just the spirituality of music. You know, a lot of people.
Doesn't scare me. I embrace it.
Yeah.
I embrace it. I think you feel that energy in music. That's why like sometimes like even if you don't hear lyrics, but the energy within it, you feel it. Let's say like a Salif Keita.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell he's saying. But the vibe, the connection you have to the song.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you just connect. You know, so even some of the Nigerian stuff, sometimes you don't get the pidgin English, you know,
the
really hearing
nuances
it.
And everything.
Yeah, but those little things, like those elements,
yeah,
you're like, yes, there's something about that are vibes, and you catch that energy, and you can actually tell the guy is singing about a girl or is singing about the streets because of the energy within it. So I think that's like very important, especially to the youngins coming up in the game. I know coming up we used to spend hours and hours in the studio just rapping for the sake of rapping, just trying to outdo the other guy.
Yes,
I want to have the best verse, but
I want to out-rap Azizzar.
But we were not making music then. We were just rapping on beats with the chorus.
Yes.
You know, only after we snapped out of it, I snapped out of it like, yo, I don't want to chew anyone. I'm not about that. I'm about making sure my verse sounds as good, like very good for the song. You know, that's how people will always say, hey, your verse killed it there. Hey, I'm like, dog, don't tell me about I killed everybody. Those are my friends. I don't wanna hear that I killed them. But what I'm saying is I just concentrate on what I have to do and making sure the song sounds good, making sure the music is good. And then that's how the verses sound better now. All of a sudden, because there's a bit of musicality behind it, you know, you're cleaner with it, you know, even though your word choices, because you're making a certain song, you choose maybe lighter words instead of like the heavier stuff, so the average person can get to enjoy the music without overthinking. What the hell is this guy trying to say?
Fetching a thesaurus.
Yeah, I'm telling
Maggz, I'm so happy to see you, and I hope that everybody's going to see a lot more of you as well.
Man, thank you for having me. Hear a lot
more of you as well.
Thank you for having me.
All the time.
Thank you for having me.
We love you.
Thank you for having me.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you for having me.
So we're going to play Maggz Naile one more time.
Yeah, boo.
And we've come to the end of the show officially. So we're going to play Maggz Naile, and you know how we close the show every single day. We wouldn't be done if we didn't give you knowledge of self. So tonight's knowledge of self coming from Nas, from his recent interview on Apple Music. And then we officially close the show with Nas, The Pressure. Remember, in everything that you do, make sure that you are in your element. And while being in your element, keep it pristine. Good evening. Goodbye. Stay safe. And I'll catch you tomorrow.
The element.